in all of Africa. Who knows what that spider's name is? You know it, Anansi. Now, Anansi has so many stories because he had a special kind of power. He had a kind of power where he could turn himself into a man and back into a spider again. He was bad. But you know, sometimes when you have power, you need to be careful with how you use it, don't you? Sometimes that very power can get you in trouble. Well, this is a story of how the moon came to be in the sky. Now, you all probably think that you know how the moon got up there. But I got to tell you Anansi's version. Now, once upon a time, long ago, Anansi had to go through the forest to go to another town to take care of a little business. But when he got there, after he finished taking care of his business, he got so carried away chatting with his friends and recalling old times that he started losing track of time. And he looked at his watch and said, "Oh, you didn't know a spider could wear a watch?" Well, it's my story. Anyway, he looked at his watch and he said, "Oh my goodness, I better hurry up and get home because soon it'll be getting dark and I won't be able to find my way." Because, you know, this is the story of how the moon came to be in the sky. And so, sure enough, he's going through the forest and he's walking and thinking about what a good time he had. He had a successful journey. He got a chance to see old friends. He was feeling all good, but it was getting so dark, he could barely see his hand in front of his face. And as he was walking down the path, he looked ahead and looked down on the ground and he saw a great big white ball of light lying there. He said, "Oh my goodness, look at that. I wonder what it's for." So he went and he picked it up and he said, "Oh, how beautiful." And so he began to walk and wondering all the time, what is this phenomenal ball of light? Well, as he was going along his way, he slipped down the side of the riverbank, fell into the river, and a great big old fish came along, and swallowed Anansi up. There he was, inside of this fish, still holding this ball of light. I need you to help me to remember the names of the family members. No cheating, no bringing out your pads and jotting them down. Got to keep it up here. The wife's name was Aso. Please say Aso. And then among the children, there were 3 girls. The first girl was Sea Trouble. What was her name? The second one's name was River Drinker. The third one's name was Cushion. You know, that great big old fat fluffy thing. And of the boys, the first boy's name was Road Builder. The second boy's name was Game Skinner. And the third boy's name was Stone Thrower. Okay. Well, Anansi's wife, whose name was, all right now, Aso said, "Children, I'm afraid something terrible must have happened to your father because he's so late getting home and, you know, he's always on time for dinner." Well, one of the daughters stepped forward and she said, "Mama, oh, Mama, I think I can sense what was wrong." Who do you think that daughter was? Sea Trouble, that's right. She said, I can see Daddy now. He was coming through the forest and he fell down into the river. And, oh, Lord, Mama, a great big old fish came along and swallowed him up. We've got to do something quickly to save our father. So one of the sons came forward and he said, "You know what we need? We need a path to get us quickly down to the river's edge. I can take care of this." Who was that son? You got it. Road Builder came along, took some little bricks. He did. Took some little bricks and laid them down in the ground and along with the little spider family down to the river's edge. And once they got there, everything was so black. They looked around, they couldn't see anything. But then one of the daughters stepped forward. She said, "You know, it's just too much water up in here. I got to move some of this stuff out of the way." Who was that daughter? Water Drinker or River Drinker. That's right. River Drinker stuck her lips inside that water and swallowed it up. And went and sat down. And then one of the sons looked out towards the horizon. Everything so black. All they could barely do was hear the sound of the water swish against the shore. But when he looked out there towards that horizon, he saw a shadow of some kind of fish jumping up and down, jumping up and down, jumping up and down. He said, I bet that's the fish that's got our father. I'm going to go out there and get him out. So he took his knife, went marching down into the now dry riverbed, cut that fish open, and boop, out popped the Nancy, still holding that ball of light. Oh my goodness, he was so happy to see his family. He was on his way up the hill to give everybody a great big hug, but then all of a sudden a bird came flying from out of the sky, swooped down and picked up Anansi and began to fly away. Oh no. But then one of the sons came forward. He looked up into the sky. He said, I'm going to get that bird. I'm going to get that bird. Who do you think that son was? Stone thrower child. You were there, weren't you? He picked up a stone, put it in his slingshot, pulled it back, and bing, knocked that bird upside the head, and Anansi came falling, but he was going to hurt himself. Who was the daughter who came to break his fall? Cushion. She came, she said, I got him. I got him. And Anansi landed gently upon the back of his child. Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, you could imagine, once he stood up, his knees were a little wobbly, don't you know? And then he started going over to his family, and he said, my God. He said, I am so grateful that you all came and got me out of that mess. He said, I'd really, really like to do something wonderful for you, but you know, before I start thinking about that too much, I just gotta ask you all something, because you know, I'm a little bit confused, because you know, ever since you guys have been small, you have argued and you fussed and fought among yourselves. See, trouble thought that she was the only one who could see what the real situation was. Road Builder thought he was the only one intelligent enough to know how to build a new way. You always argued and you fought among yourselves, but look at you now. You've used those very differences as your source of strength. And with it, you saved my life. And I'm so proud and grateful. But now, I'm still faced with one other problem, because I had promised that whomever gave me the kind of remedy to get out of that difficulty I was in, I would share this ball of light with them, but I don't know how. And so Anansi's wife, whose name was Aso, she said, I tell you what, why don't we pray to the sky god? And so they did. And so Anansi looked up into the sky and he said, Father Sky God, tell me, what do I do to share this light? And the sky god said, I tell you what, because you came to be your father in your time of need, I'm going to help you out with this one. You take that old ball of light and toss it on up here to me, and I'll put it in a place where everybody can enjoy its light. And so all the members of the spider family came together, and they put their little hands beneath that beautiful, beautiful, bright sphere, and they began to lift it into the sky. So what I'd like to ask all of you to do now, those of you who are able, I'd like for you to stand and hold the hand of somebody who is beside you, across from you. Come on, get up. Behind you, in front of you. I don't care where they are. Stand up and hold on to somebody energy. In fact, so bring that line on over here so I can feel somebody's energy too. Come on around here. Come on around this way. Uh-oh, be careful. Come on. Just come on. Can you see okay? Come on, honey, get my hand. You don't want to do, oh, child, come on here. See, you know, that's one of the problems that we got to work with. Everybody's got a light. This brother don't want his light to shine. So we're gonna have to vibe on him anyway, okay? And I tell you what I'd like for you to do on the count of 3. We're going to all lift our light up into the sky, okay? Because whether you have found yours or not, you've got one. There is a nia, a purpose for everybody born on the planet. There's something that we can do like nobody else can. So here we go. Come on, just a little bit more, baby. Just a little bit more. Thank you. On the count of 3, here we go. Follow me, please. 1, 2, 3. Boy, they lifted that light up into the sky. And he got stuck there. And they started calling it the moon. Yes, they did. And then, as Anansi and his family were on their way back through the forest that night, a light and gentle rain began to fall. And for the first time, they saw Moonglow dancing on the raindrops. Such a beautiful and peaceful way to go. So I share that story with you to remind you all that we do all have a light inside. There is something special about each and every one of us. So take the time, quiet yourself, go inside, nurture that light. Nurture the light in somebody else and let it shine. Thank you very much.